Hey guys, Miss Shannon here with Destination Reader. I've not started my traveling yet this year, and I apologize. I know there was going to be about a week and a half gap before I hit the road. Sorry, the reflection of my glasses. Anyways, so if we kind of go where we left off, reading is cool, learning is cool, traveling is even better. So I thought today I'd kind of start with where I am in my house, but a little bit more, because I have a feeling this is reaching more than just our Bena, Illinois kids that I have at school. So with that being said, we are in the great state of Illinois. I know not everybody agrees with that statement. It's okay. So this is Illinois. This is where we live. Bement is, probably should have looked this up before I was on camera, but it's right about in here, in between Decatur and Champaign. So we do have some major, bigger cities by us, but we are a small town community, and I will say that this community rocks. So if you've never been to a small town, enjoy it. Now on this is a Rand McNally Kids Road Atlas that my daughter had. So I figured, since I found it, we might as well use it and learn a little bit about where we're at and where we might be going on this traveling channel. So with that being said, we're going to go back to Illinois. It says that Illinois is the land of the Lincoln, is our nickname. Our capital is Champaign. We have the white oak, the native violet, and the cardinals as our bird and our tree and our flower. Now officially pumpkin pie, which I love. Anything pumpkin, I'm eating it. So it has some questions and it has a grid on the map, but I kind of filled that out ahead of time because I felt like maybe that would be a cool thing for us to talk about. So it says, a place to say bonjour in Illinois. It's Paris. Did you know there was a Paris, Illinois? We might have to visit. A place for Santa Claus and Abraham Lincoln. Well, I thought about this and I looked on the map and I went through the grid because it tells you what letter and number to go to. And Beardstown, Santa Claus and Lincoln both had beards. So they're famous for that. So I feel like that's awesome. A place to have lunch. Now, here's the greatest thing about this is the city of Sandwich. I personally know a family in Sandwich. So I'm going to say, hey, Shirley's. Then a place to avoid, Rock Falls. Why would you want to be around a place where Rock Falls? However, I think they probably have some pretty awesome stuff that maybe one day we'll need to explore. A place to go when you're having an average time. Well, how would that not be normal? Because normal is average. Another place where poor spellers could go to celebrate. This one stumped me. I thought it was normal, but it's not. It's Champagne. Because even if we're a horrible speller in Champagne is celebratory. So, with that being said, I just wanted to give everyone a little bit about the state of Illinois. And I think we're going to keep this up and keep doing this. I kind of like this. I do have a book to read. It is a short one. I know I've asked, some kids have asked me about chapter books and older kids books, and I will say I think that's a great idea. I need to start traveling before we can start working on that, so I just wanted to kind of check in with you guys because it's been a little while, and I know that for our kiddos at school, today's the second day. I know it's a weekend, but it is the second day of no school, so like this is officially summer break. It's happened. Aren't you excited? I am too. I can't wait to travel and read to you guys. Now, I kind of went back while I'm at home, and I may do some of these on the go or when I'm stationary and not really traveling for a couple of days. I went back into the vault of what Miss Shannon liked when she was a kid. Believe it or not, Some of these books don't exist anymore. I think that means I'm a dinosaur. Anyways, Mr. Banana Head at Home by Mike Fetter. It says American's Riddle King. Does not have an illustrator, which basically means that the same guy that wrote it drew it. So that's pretty awesome to have that talent, because if I was a writer, I don't think I could draw too. I'm not very artsy. At least I don't think I am. It doesn't turn out well, but I keep trying, because one day I will be. Just like I one day became a reader. So with that being said, let's read Mr. Banana Head at Home. Mr. Banana Head, and that's his wife, his cat, and yes, they have a banana on the wall in a fruit bowl, because who wouldn't? So this is Mr. Banana Head. Hey, Mr. Banana Head. Hey, Brayden, do you remember us reading this book, buddy? All right. One day, Mrs. Banana Head asked him to help her. Dear, will you lend me a hand? Well, of course he would. It's Mr. Banana Head. This is what he gave her. I don't think she was talking about that type of hand. She said, no, I mean, will you help me around the house? Well, of course he would. It's Mr. Banana Head. So he helped her around the house. He ran her around the house. That Mr. Banana Head. Ooh, sorry guys. Still trying to figure out backwards of the camera. He ran her literally around the house. How funny is that? Alright. Stop it. Well, here's a list, she said. Has your mom ever given you a list? Look at the look on his face. He's excited to get this from his wife. She looks like she's a little cautious to give it to him, doesn't she? Well, let's find out what happens. So, he looked at it, and she said, I'll be back. He's still smiling, isn't he? Well, I'll help you catch the bus, dear, said Mr. Banana Head. Do you think this is what she was talking about with catching the bus? I don't think so. Then Mr. Banana Head did everything on the list. Take out the garbage, draw me a bath, put on the TV, and leave the door ajar. Now, that's an old word for open the door. Let's see what he does. Well, he took out the garbage. Do you think this is what his wife meant? Look at him and the dog. They're covering their nose. Oh my goodness. And then Mr. Banana Head drew Mrs. Banana Head a bath. Great drawing, Mr. Banana Head. I would not do that well. Do you think this is what Mrs. Banana Head was expecting? I don't think so. Then, as requested, he put on the TV. Now, if the dog's face doesn't tell you something's wrong, there is something wrong. He should not have put on a TV. Kids, don't ever wear a TV. It's not supposed to happen that way. And second of all, it's dangerous. It's plugged in. Ah! Danger, danger. All right, now, Mrs. Banana Head had said he needed to leave the door ajar. So, he put a jar on the door. The dog says it all. I don't think that's supposed to happen. Well, then Mrs. Banana Head came home. Do you think she looks happy? You can't really see her smile. But again, look at the dog. He's running in the opposite way. He knows trouble's about to happen. Have you ever seen your mom and dad give a list and the dad do the opposite stuff like Mr. Banana Head? Oh, he was trying. But his tries were not correct. Let's see what happens. Have you done everything, dear? Everything, my sweet, he said very proudly. Well, then she looked. And she was frightened. Look at her eyebrows. Look at her face. There's the garbage. It's out. Look at the bathtub. He drew her. Look at the TV. It's got suspenders on. That means he wore it. Ah! Oh, this isn't going to be good, is it, kids? Oh. Mr. Banana Head, I meant run the tub for me. Well, in true Mr. Banana Head fashion, he ran the tub. He ran with it on his back. And poor Mrs. Banana Head just took it. She said, you know what? If this is how I'm getting my bath, I'll take it. And then, nope. She said, no, fill it, Mr. Banana Head. Fill it. Look at the cat. The cat's like, oh, Mom, he doesn't get it. So, Mr. Banana Head filled it. I don't think she meant with dirt and flowers. That was nice, but I don't think she meant that. Okay. Oh, just help me tease my hair. What do you think Mr. Banana Head did? You know it. Na, 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 he teased your hair. Is that what she asked for? No. Well, now stop that, Mr. Banana Head. Go change the light bulb. Change the light bulb he did. Ah! I don't think that's what they meant. Is it? No. Put out the light. She was just tired. She was done for the day. Put it out. Put it out. Put the light out. Well, of course, Mr. Banana Head put the light out outside to be with the rest of the night lights, right? Don't do that. Turn on the stove. Well, what do you think Mr. Banana Head did? Turned on the stove about 150 times, and she watched and thought, oh no. Hey. Will there be anything else, dear? Well, look at Mrs. Banana Head. Do you think at this point she'd really ask for anything else? She said, no, dear. Let's just call it a day. So, of course, Mr. Banana Head called a day, a day, a day. The end. Don't be like Mr. Banana Head. Don't do things very actual. If they ask you to do something on the list, do them the correct way. This is, I'm trying to get that glare on my glasses. This is Miss Shannon with Destination Reader, giving you an insight to the state of Illinois and reading Mr. Banana Head at Home by Mike Thaler, American's King Riddle. You guys, maybe one more before I start traveling. I apologize, and then we'll get more consistent on doing these channels. You guys have a great Sunday. Bye until our next venture.